like Ren and Stimpy.
Stimpy!
Watching Cheech and Chong.
Hey, you want to get high?
This is Luke and Lewis. Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Lewis currently has food in his mouth.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man, you took a bite right before he hit play on the intro. That's all right. That's the first
It's
time.
lunchtime, mate. What do you expect from me? This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. I'm just bringing the lunch element into the show. Finally, it's been lunchless for way too long. Next week, I'm going to bring the and into the show.
Don't speak with your mouth full. It's rude. You sit over there and chew, and I'll tell everyone what's on the show today.
Okay, but I want to say Luke and Lewis for lunch at the end.
Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a big show today. We're going to be testing, is our boss Dave listening again? He wasn't listening last week, despite that he always says he listens every single week.
Which is a big fib. I just finished eating, everyone.
Yeah, good.
You're welcome. It's a giant fib. He always says that he's listening, but we tested him last week, and it turns out he wasn't listening. So, Dave, obviously you would be listening to this right now. At some point today, we're going to be testing you to see if you are listening. And listen for that.
And also, Lewis had another crack at a meme last night.
Yes, I
without
did.
telling anyone. He just...
Yes. Sorry, I'm just having another bite.
He's so desperate to avoid... Let's just go to a song. Stop eating!
Luke and Lewis for lunch. It's Luke and Lewis. It's Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
Seven's too much.
So, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Today, what are we talking about, Luke?
Luke, I'm Luke, you're Lewis.
Yeah,
We are talking about memes.
that's right.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was a pretty dank one, right?
Okay, so we're talking about memes, and why are we talking about memes?
Well, the
Luke?
reason why is because I didn't want to re-enter the meme temple this early on. We just entered the meme temple. We just exited the meme temple on this show.
Well,
and last
I
night,
exited
what
it. You
does-
ejected me from it.
Well, no, I
you're
made
still
you a
in the
young
temple.
squire.
Yeah, so I got my foot in the door.
You're a
basically.
casual.
Yeah.
You're not a full-time employee. But
kind of like us.
what did you go and do last night behind everyone's back, Lewis?
Well, everyone made fun of me for trying to force a meme on Luke and Lewis. And so I thought, I'm done with the meme game. My memes are done. My memes are weak. They're not relatable. I don't like them. I'm not good at them. But then I was in the supermarket and I saw a cereal box, and this moment of inspiration struck me. And so I bought some Crunchy Nut Kellogg cereal, bit of nut, and I made a meme, a spontaneous meme. And it
Here's
went well.
the thing. You were claiming like you had this big stroke of inspiration in the supermarket.
Mate, I'm Da Vinci of the memes.
I don't know if
The
you
meme
guys there,
shit.
trust me, there were no layers to your meme like the Da Vinci Code, okay?
That's true. Well, there shouldn't be any layers. That's why my first meme didn't go well, because I thought about it too much. I tried to force
there were
it.
no layers to your first meme.
There was way too much. I should have done it in front of a green screen. It was way too high production value. That was like $1 million budget for a meme that should have been done on an iPhone.
Lewis, I saw your meme last night. The
Yeah.
meme temple acknowledges your meme,
Yeah.
but please never again go off and do... It's just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that you were memeing behind our back.
What, you think I need permission to make a meme? Who
At
else
least run it by the temple.
No, mate. No way. A meme, I'm telling you, that's what killed my first meme. I thought about it too much. This was an improvised meme, an improv meme.
So if you guys didn't see the meme last night, describe the meme, Lewis. It was one of the most uncreative pieces of cinematography I've ever seen on Facebook.
Thank
and
you.
You're welcome. It was a meme where you poured cereal into a bowl.
Yes, but cereal came out of the box, but what also came out of the box was my hand doing the OK symbol. And what that symbolizes is whenever you get your mate to look at an OK symbol below your waist like this, please look.
Yep. You get to punch him. Yeah, see? Lewis just got me then. So what it is, it's when you put your thumb to your index finger, your pointer finger, and then you make kind of like the AOK symbol.
Yeah.
And that came out of the cereal box, and then you poured milk on the cereal and your hand.
Yes.
Which wrapped out the meme. It was about a 9-second meme, I believe.
It was square. It was clickbait. It was boring and
I
unoriginal.
wasn't happy with your caption, though. That's what really...
Well, my caption was cereal box prizes are getting worse, which
Yeah.
I thought was hilarious.
I think your meme caption should have been something like the hardest... Oh, no, something... I don't know, just like hate it when this happens, or like
No way.
no,
Mate, I'm not a sellout.
Yes,
That's
you
way,
are.
That's way too relatable.
You
I've got some respect for my audience.
I
I
don't
want
think
them to
you
think
do.
about cereal box toys that haven't been around since the 70s, okay? That's relatable.
You should have done like, oh, you'll never guess what I found in my cereal, or something like clickbait.
Look, I probably should have. It would have got a million views. But it got 100,000 views.
90,000. Let's not get ahead
It
of us.
will
It's
get
on its
to-
way to 100,000.
Yes.
It's climbing.
Look, with Twitter and Instagram views, it's 100,000, okay? So that's pretty good. My last meme only got like 6,000.
Yeah, it was
so
a
it's a
bad
big
meme.
step up.
It is a big step up.
So-
so after the break, we're going to reevaluate if you deserve to be in the temple, and also have a few questions regarding your meme as well. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are re-entering a familiar place for me, but an unfamiliar place for my co-host here, Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are re-entering the meme temple. Welcome to the meme temple.
My name is Jeff.
All bow for said meme lord, or dab, either is appropriate. That is right. We are in the meme temple today
Mike,
because
please play the temple music as we enter the temple.
no, you're not in
I'm
it.
just taking initiative
I'm here. I'm here by myself.
No, we're in the temple because I
yeah,
made it to the
you're
meme
polishing
temple.
my boots,
Mike,
you
make
young
it louder.
squire.
Yes, as
So,
we enter deeper into the TS.
if you didn't hear,
Make it so loud that you can no longer hear Luke telling me that I'm not in the temple. Yes, we are. We are in the temple, aren't we? Right? Me. You haven't come in yet.
I'm just buzzing. But can you turn?
I'm
down
Indiana meme, so I'm breaking into the temple.
So, Lewis,
Yes?
just a quick recap. Last week, you tried to enter the meme temple and become a meme lord by posting a meme of you pretending to be a whacking inflatable tube man. It did
Yes.
not go down very successfully.
No, I got absolutely trashed in the comments.
Yes.
People said it was awful. People said that it was a horrendous attempt. And I was really disheartened.
And those people were correct.
Yes,
and
they were.
Since then, I thought you had run away unsuccessfully. I thought you'd retired from the meme game.
So did
to be
I. I
honest.
thought that there were no more memes left in me. But, you know, you can take the man out of the memes, but you can't take the memes out of the man.
Last night, you went rogue. One could say there was unsanctioned memery I saw on Facebook that you uploaded on your personal accounts.
Yes.
You can't control him anymore, guys.
Yes.
He's out of control.
What am I?
Unauthorized, unapproved
I
memes.
see you've been looking at synonyms for unauthorized. Well, I've been looking at antonyms, and I would say that mine were authorized, ethical, good, justifiable, lawful, legal, legitimate, moral, and reasonable.
No, they weren't.
I'm out of antonyms.
So, Lewis, firstly, the meme that we're referring to was your Crunchy Nut cereal meme last night,
My nut meme.
where your hand popped out of the cereal box instead of cereal, as in the AOK, which people tag their friends and go, I got you with
Yes.
like the hand
The
gesture.
joke is you don't want to see that, so it
No.
shows up as a surprise,
Yeah.
and you tag your mate. And it went very well. 100,000 views,
90,000 and climbing.
including Twitter and Instagram, 100,000
I
views.
didn't see it on Twitter, so
It was
clearly
also,
didn't go
it was
viral.
also,
I
in
think
my
it got
defense-
5,000 views on Instagram, so don't get carried away.
So that's 95, and I'm assuming it also, you can't see views on Twitter, but I'm assuming it got 300,000 views. So in total, I got 405,000
Think about
views.
40 favourites, mate. So, my first question is, why Crunchy Nut? Why was that your chosen cereal for the meme?
I looked at Wheat Bix and I thought, that's not going to pour out properly. I was looking for an American cereal, but I couldn't find any. And then Crunchy Nut amused me because it had nut in the title, and it was a yellow box. So I thought, you know what, I'll get me a bit of nut.
You're a Fruit Loop for not choosing
That's
Fruit
true.
Loops.
I probably should have chosen Fruit Loops.
My second question is, how many people did it take to film it? Because there was lots of hands in the video, and I know for a fact you couldn't have been filming from the angle it was on.
Yeah. Okay. So there was one hand holding the box.
Yeah.
One hand within the box. One hand filming it, and then one hand pouring milk.
And
It's 4 hands.
So three people who filmed 4 hands.
Yeah. So it was 3 people. But to make it
And
look like
I just
want to
clarify that you didn't credit these people, yeah?
No way.
That bodes well for the meme lord.
Yes.
Well done.
Another point for me,
Yeah.
the meme within 10 minutes was stolen and re-uploaded by another page with no credit, which is very
That's
meme-worthy.
impressive, even for meme lords.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very good that they did it without credit too. Because that means that they thought it was so unoriginal that
And
they
generic.
didn't. And generic.
There's
that-
literally no way to trace that back to me. It's just hands.
And how many takes did it take you to film? Because it was quite
It took
well-timed.
It took an entire box of Crunchy Nut, 1.2 liters of milk, and 5 takes.
Wow.
Huge mess in the kitchen. Didn't clean it up properly for sure.
Doesn't sound worth it. Now, my last question and the most important question is, Michael, fade up the meme temple music just for this one question.
Sorry, it actually ran out, but I'll start it up
Yeah,
again.
thank you.
We ran out of meme music. We went too deep into the temple.
Was this a blatant attempt to be reconsidered by the meme temple?
No, I legitimately just thought it was a funny idea, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I was just vibing with it. Like I said, man, you can't take the memes out of the boy. So am I in the temple or not?
Shh, hush.
Sorry, Lord.
The meme lord is speaking.
Sorry.
Lewis,
I'm but a lowly meme squire.
we've reconsidered your position as a young squire in the meme temple, and we are willing... Don't get carried away. Okay. You are still not a meme lord. We are willing to promote you to a knight. You'll be knighted for your memery. After the break, will be the official ceremony.
That's incredible.
Yep.
What an honor. Thank you, meme lord. And
You
I
haven't been
assume
knighted
meme
yet.
lord James. Okay, sorry. I'm just a lowly squire. Please forgive me for speaking
After the
out of
break,
turn.
it'll be Luke and Sir Lewis Spears for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Ladies and gentlemen, we are doing this. Welcome to the meme temple.
My name is Jeff.
All bow for said meme lord or dab. Either is appropriate. That is right. We have re-entered the meme temple today against my will, actually.
In I go.
Because Lewis last night got up to some rogue memeing. He unsanctioned memery
Mate,
on Facebook.
Don't make me get my antonyms up
Was
again.
literally-
There was legal, justifiable, law, legitimate, moral, and reasonable.
Was
Also
literally
right,
just
warranted,
scrolling through my
allowable,
news feed,
official, permitted,
and I saw,
authorized, ethical, and good.
You done?
I've done. That's all of them.
good. And I saw Lewis had re-uploaded a meme, and first of all, I thought, wow, what a blatant attempt to get my attention. It got my attention. It worked.
Yeah, I wasn't
but I
even
was
trying,
initially not impressed.
You think everything's about you, meme lord? Sometimes it's just about the memes.
No,
I think this meme power is
not about-
corrupting
it's
you.
not about-
You're trying to control the meme industry, and when I reach
do you
lord
mean
status,
trying?
I'm going to eject you out of the meme temple.
when I reach Lord status. Mate, look at you go. He gets 100,000 views.
Mate,
And he thinks he's, mate, I think I worked it out, 400 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Beat that. Hot Wheels, beat that, sir.
My talent is increasing exponentially, okay? 6,000 views on my first attempt.
Yeah.
100,000 views on my second. It'll be 1 million on
You're
my
still
third.
the laughing
and
stock of the meme
700
world.
million on my fourth.
You know what? This was supposed to be a knighting ceremony, and you've brought in a bad attitude, and I don't think
Okay.
you even deserve it.
Look,
Can
okay.
I unknight you?
No, because we still need to do the ceremony.
No, you're a
Okay,
young
look,
squire.
no, mate. No, you can't unknight me. We need to go through with the
Could be
ceremony.
Peasant Lewis after this.
No, see, that would get you kicked out of the Lord Temple.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
That's a great decision.
Lord,
My
Lord
fellow
James
meme
would rise against you.
Mate, my fellow meme lords do not accept this kind of disrespect, and neither do I.
Okay, please forgive
It's
me.
a sacred temple.
I am but a meme squire.
Thank you. Now, can we proceed with the ceremony?
I'll allow it.
Dab. All right, he dabbed. Okay, we're back on. He's being reconsidered now. There we go. The ceremony's begun. Lewis, please bow for your meme lord here.
I don't think I will bow, but what I do is I will nay down.
Good. Lewis is nay-naying to the floor. Now whip as well. He's just did a whip. This is great radio content. A visual joke. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am holding a Radio Mike's umbrella with a Happy Meal toy from the Emoji Movie strapped onto the end. It is the character Jailbreak. It's a plush cotton toy of
It's an
Jailbreak.
emoji, which is used frequently in memes.
Yes, so I'm gonna. This is the meme Excalibur that I'm
honor.
knighting you.
Meme Excalibur.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I dub thy Lewis Spears, Knight of the Meme Temple. All rise and dab.
This is such an honor. I can't believe that I've made it to the level of meme night. I would like to address the rest of the meme temple. Let it be known that my first decree as meme night is this. My name Dave. Thank you for letting me in the temple.
I'm thinking about already revoking your knighthood.
I've just, I've been waiting 3 months to say that on radio, and I've held off because I'm like, you know what, I will get cancelled for it. But you know what?
No, we're still probably going to get cancelled for it. Now, I'm very excited to be bringing this segment back. Today, we're doing this. Emily's Pearls of Wisdom. That
like
is
this
right.
segment. It's a very calming segment.
It's soothing,
relaxes
isn't it?
me, and it makes me feel much more intelligent.
I almost just
than
fell
I actually
asleep.
am.
Yeah. So if you don't know, guys, my girlfriend Emily comes out with regular pearls of wisdom. Some of the things that she says constantly, she never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, she's a very unique individual. You know how there's people that that are like really stupid and you can hate them for it, and then there's just people that are just a little bit simple, and you're like, nah, she can't help it. That's your girlfriend.
Who listens to this show on the regular, so
Hi,
I'm sure
Emily.
she's going to be thrilled with that endorsement.
Don't worry, she probably couldn't understand what I was saying.
So, this is a segment where we're listening to calm music and you guys get to hear some of the pearls of wisdom that she puts out to me on a daily
So
basis.
these are just quotes, things that she's just said
These
to
are
you.
direct quotes that she said to me, and I quickly jot them down after she says them.
Yeah.
And for this segment.
And we're going to try and break them down, her thoughts, and come up with something
I just
coherent.
want to really vent and be like, why was this ever said?
Okay.
Okay,
cool.
so
What's the
let's
first one?
fade up the music. Let's get... Oh, that's very relaxing. This one was from about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She said, Luke, when I was 16, I wrote a diary in case I ever became immortal.
Hang on a
Now,
second.
why isn't she still writing the diary? Because she doesn't know yet if she could be still immortal.
Also,
Who's preparing for immortality, by the way?
if you became immortal, you wouldn't really need a diary. A diary is something that you'd want to leave behind, right? So that people can hear your story.
Well, that's
If you're immortal, you could just tell someone about it.
that's exactly my point. I was like, so why do you... If the only reason why you'd ever write a diary if you became immortal is because you just have so much time to kill. You just start writing a diary.
Or if you became immortal and got Alzheimer's.
Maybe
and
she
forgot
meant
everything.
the opposite. Like, maybe she meant if I die like a normal person, that's why I
Yeah.
wrote a diary.
Well,
That's why most people
No,
write
she probably
diaries.
She probably didn't mean that because that makes sense.
That's true. Honestly, that one I've got no idea what she meant, but
Yeah.
I was like, well, I must bring that up on the show. This one was my favourite, Emily's Pearls of Wisdom so far that we've had on the show. So good. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just having a moment.
1 second. Okay.
All right. You and Lewis were in my dream the other night.
Oh no.
Lewis was smaller, though. I think I had to shrink Lewis to fit him in my dream.
No, that sucks.
You're so tall that you actually have to be shrinked, like...
I can't even fit in people's dreams
No.
now. Well, hang on a second. Did she... she was dreaming that she shrunk me, so obviously I was in her dream, but then she had to shrink me so I could fit in her dream within a dream. So this is now Inception levels.
What? No, she just had a dream, but you were
Yeah.
smaller in the dream, so she just assumed that the reason why she dreamt that you were smaller was because if you were actual size Lewis, you wouldn't have fit in the dream. You're so big, Lewis. You know what? That one I agree with. That was actually Pearls of Wisdom.
Yeah, I was just thinking too hard about that. I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
You're
Not
just too-
many people have said, hey, Lewis, I had a ripper dream about you.
Yeah.
Because I just don't fit. So, listeners, if you are wondering why you haven't been having any dreams about me, it's because you haven't pre-shrunk me, okay? I'm not dream size.
You've got to, You can't emotionally shrink someone.
Yeah, you can. You can. Emily did it. I fit in her dream.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone speak to Emily if you want to figure out how to shrink me so I fit in your dreams.
That's Emily's Pearls of Wisdom. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully she brings some more gold to the show.
I'm
soon.
sure you'll have 10 more ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I look forward to it. We're seeing it tonight, actually. So
Oh, sick.
get your notepad ready.
Sorry, Emily, for all the things I said during the segment, but I'll see you later. Now, Luke, behind the scenes, there's a little bit of tension going on with the team
There
during
is.
our planning of the show. Why is that?
Well, there's no tension between us, is there? We're always on the same page.
Yeah, we're in synergy. If one of us is doing well, the other
Yeah.
is doing well. If one of us have no ideas,
Like,
we both have no ideas.
We finish each other's. See, like that, just synergy. You know what I mean? Always like one step ahead of each other.
Yeah.
B1, B2. So,
kind of like
exactly. See, another example of how in sync we are all the time. Now, the one person in the team who's not as on board with some of our ideas is Radio Mike.
That's really the crux of this feud. Is Radio Mike often during the planning of the show poo-poos our ideas or chastises us for having no ideas for what we're going to talk
You're
about.
coming between us, man.
Okay, I came in to work today and I said, "How's your show going, guys?" And you're like, "We have 2 segments. We need." That's what happened today.
What time was that?
That was like 11 o'clock.
So an hour before air. But then we thought, you know what? Why don't we come up with a few ideas?
Well-
and we decided to improvise.
So we started tossing around some ideas for the show. Some of them, granted, haven't made the show today because they weren't great. But I threw out one just off the cuff. I was like, oh, you know what? We're a bit desperate for content today. Let's do an improv game. I'm like, let's do a whole segment that's improvised. Boom.
Yeah,
it requires
well-
no planning.
Yeah.
It's fun. It seems doable at the time.
You just improvise. Basically, you just get on radio and you just talk about anything. Normally we have a run sheet of things that we want to talk about, quotes that we want to pull up, articles we want to reference. But why don't we just do an entirely improvised segment
And
where
that's
no one knows what they're talking about?
That was a good idea from
That's
me.
a really good idea.
And guess who poo-pooed it? Everyone.
Radio Mike. Mike, why don't you think we can do an improv segment?
Well, there's a few reasons. One, it's like, this wasn't an idea.
Mate,
you just
I'm going to stop you there before you
Just
justify
taking
yourself.
a big creamy number 2 right there from the other side of the studio.
Ridiculous.
on
I
this
thought you
segment.
had poo fright. I didn't know you could poo in front of people. Now, so let me play you a recording, Luke, because while Mike, this poo-pooing went on for about 10 minutes. Now, I have 20 seconds of Mike trying to tell us that the improv segment was a bad idea. Listen to this. Why don't you like the improv segment?
Because you guys always are just like, oh, yeah, like, we'll do this break. And then I'm like, oh, what's this about? And you're like, I don't know, like, we'll work it out on it. And then you get to it and you have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the segment. That's the improv game. That's what I'm saying.
the point. This is the improv game.
That's not a segment.
Mate, the disrespect that we copped. And do you know how much swearing we had to edit out? Because you were just abusing
not
us
true.
over that segment. You were drawing a line in the sand over this segment.
And the quote, Mike, that's not a segment. You know what, mate? It is, because we're doing it after the song now.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Mike?
I think me and all the listeners would agree with all my points in that sneaky snippet you took of me this morning. And I don't think we should do the segment after the song. I think there's better ideas.
Well,
No, there wasn't.
I tell you what, there will be better ideas that will be created during the improv segment, and you'll be like, wow, this sounded awful, but due to you guys' brilliant improvisational skills, this actually turned out to be one of the best segments in radio
You know
history.
what? Just to prove it to you, hey, Lewis, do
Yes?
something cool now.
I'm at the circus. I'm juggling.
He's juggling, everyone.
Oh, I'm juggling at
Oh,
a
that's
circus.
cool, radio.
Hey, would you like to buy some popcorn,
No,
young
thanks.
boy?
Shh,
So
that's
you're-
enough.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
just playing the song.
After this, we're doing the improvisational segment. What are we doing now?
The improv game.
No, the improv segment. This entire segment
Oh.
is going to be completely improvised. We have no planning going in.
Hang on, I just got to look at my script.
Hey, cheating. Stop, put that script away. So, if you don't know, listeners, if you're just tuning in, Mike thought that we couldn't improvise an entire segment. Normally, we plan out what we're going to talk about. Normally, we have a rough guideline of what we're going to say. But this segment, we don't have anything. And we thought we would start off this segment by improvising the intro. Mike, what have you done for us?
So I have gotten a random piece of music, and you're going to sing or speak an intro to this piece of music.
Okay.
Because every segment on a show needs an opener.
Normally these
And-
are pre-recorded with effects and we spend time on them, but not this segment.
No, it's improvised.
Yeah.
So Mike's going to play a random bed, and we're going to do it. A random piece of music. That's what a bed's called on radio.
Well, don't you want to say now it's time for this?
Well, no, because that would mean that you would be ready to
That's
play
pretty
the intro.
scripted.
So you just kind of pull it on. I mean, we'll just talk about anything, and you pull the intro on us
then
whenever
we'll
you
go into
want.
it. Alright.
How was your day, Luke?
Yeah, not too bad.
3,
Lewis.
2,
Well, that's,
1.
No.
I was ready for it. Okay, I'll go. Right. Yeah. It's time for the improv segment, and this whole intro is gonna rhyme. Go.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Time for I'm going to get pregnant. Whoa!
All right, so I was thinking...
So, this segment's a bit fertile
This
now.
intro is really long, isn't it? Turn that off, okay? All right, so, and also we thought for the rest of this segment, because Mike hates this idea, he thought it's no good, we might as well give him a button to immediately stop any kind of improv games that we're playing.
At any point in this segment, Michael can fire off this button.
That's not a segment.
Which means that, he disapproves of what we're doing, going live to air around the country, and he can conclude the part of that game. But
Okay.
you won't even need it, mate, because we are going to kill it here with our
We're
improv.
currently killing it. Okay?
Yes.
It's the best radio we've ever done. So, look, I thought we should play a classic improvisational game. Have you heard of And Then?
No. Tell me more.
Perfect. So what this game is, it's an improv exercise. Basically, we're going to tell a story. So I'm going to say, one day I was walking down the beach, and then you have to say something that happens, and then you say, and then I go. All right, so we take it in turns.
Too
Are you
easy.
ready?
Yep.
Do you want to start?
Okay, I can start.
All right.
One day, I was planning my radio show with my two friends, and then...
Another person came in called Radio Mike, but there was now 2 Radio Mikes because you said 2 friends. And Radio Mike said to Lewis, and then...
and then Lewis... and then Radio
No,
Mike
you just
to
said
Lewis,
and then, so now it's my turn.
Pardon?
So he said, Lewis, you're incredibly bad at math. After that, he flew up into the air, and then...
He imploded. The end.
That's not a segment.
Hey, that was good radio. That was a segment for sure.
That was an engaging tale about 2 boys, or 3 boys, planning a radio
boys,
show.
actually, 'cause
One
I
of them
messed
was
up.
bad at math, and then at the end, one of them implodes. Man, why haven't... Dude, Steven Spielberg should make that next
We should
year.
improv the entirety of Monday's show. Do you have
Yeah.
any improv games to play, Luke?
Yeah, there's another one called... what was it called again?
Backwards interview.
Backwards
I think.
interview. Okay, so this one is... I know the rules, just don't know the title.
okay.
I don't get bogged down on scripted titles.
I actually improvised the title.
Yeah, good. Well done. So what this game is if you're in a job interview, usually people talk with continuation. So they go, hey, oh my God, that someone tells a heartwarming story, and then the boss or whatever goes, wow, what a heartwarming story. This one, it's reversed. So I'll say,
so you
I'll react,
respond to my questions first,
but you
or
haven't
my
even,
answers rather.
But you haven't even given an answer.
Okay, so you respond, and then I make up my answer afterwards.
Correct.
All right.
So I'm
you
going to be the boss.
Okay,
So I'm going to go, oh my God, that was amazing, Lewis.
I completely improvised a radio segment.
Wow, that's amazing.
No, you
Lewis.
already responded, idiot.
Yeah, but I'm just doing it again to explain the game.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, the
now
game
we're
hasn't
playing.
started. Silly me. I was improvising too hard there. I
Yeah.
was way too ready to improv.
All right, so that's how the game works.
Okay.
All right, start now. Ooh, I like that, Mike.
I'm improvising too.
Yeah. I was going to say, we did not tell him to play that. Okay. Oh my God, Lewis, what's that in your back?
On my back, oh, that's just a giant tattoo I have of. And can you read what it says? What does it say?
No, you just responded to me. That was bad improv. Because I said, what's on your back?
Yeah, and I was telling you what was on my back.
Yeah, but then I'd know. I wouldn't be asking you what's on your back.
Okay, all right. What's written on my back is I'm great at improv. It's a tattoo I got for being great at improv. It was actually a prize that I
the
won
button,
when I
Mike.
won.
That's not a segment.
Okay, you broke the first rule of improv, which was you were poo-pooing my ideas, okay? You just need to flow with whatever idea I go with, because otherwise it's impossible for me to
This
improv.
is not a segment.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
If you look out the window right now, what do you see in the studio in Melbourne?
It's raining like nothing I've ever seen before. That's actually crazy. Because we had like urgent weather reports issued yesterday warning us that the weather would be horrendous. And I woke up this morning and I was like, nah, I might wear a hoodie.
Yeah, so what happened was, actually, I only first heard about this yesterday, which was there is going to be flash flooding. Emergency situations were called on the radio this morning that they were giving out the emergency hotline in case anyone experienced just thunderstorms pretty much all day. And apparently they're going to have 3 months worth of rain in a few days.
Yeah, and I heard about this yesterday. In fact, the radio station even told us yesterday, sent out a company-wide email. If you need to leave early for your safety's sake, just go. You don't need to stay until the end of your shift.
Yes.
Which is full on. But
and people were asked to not park in basements today because of flooding, and people were asked to stay at home pretty much all day because there was thunderstorm stuff. We still bravely every day come in to do this show, rain, hail or shine, and that's the kind of commitment that we have to this network.
Look, it's not really the commitment. I just think it's the Australian culture of how we respond to natural disasters.
Neither of us cared.
No one does. Like, hardly any people in my life have cared at all about this rain. Like, I just left the house with a hoodie. I really should have brought like a trench coat, an umbrella, gumboots, but I was like, I'll wear a hoodie and jeans, just in case it get a bit hot. Maybe I can take my hoodie off.
Yeah, I just wore a raincoat, bought an umbrella, and bought my surfboard just in case of flash flooding down the road. Surf home tonight.
Yeah, that's how everyone almost responds positively to natural disasters.
Yeah, everyone just goes, "Oh, sweet, we could put a rope on the back of the ute and drive down." Like, people just get excited that they can use their jet skis in the city.
In fact, we had a little think about this, and I think this is exactly how the average Australian responds to natural disaster. Oh, g'day, mate. I'm just your average Aussie bloke.
Alert, alert. A surprise volcano has been discovered in Australia and it's about to erupt. Molten hot lava will destroy the entire city. Please evacuate the area.
Molten hot lava? Nah, she'll be right, mate. Look, I was going to go barefoot, but for safety's sake today, I'll wear me thongs. Oh, bloody struth, mate. It's hot as today. Must be all the lava.
Breaking news today, due to the volcano eruption, an earthquake is due to hit in the next 30 seconds.
Oh, far out. Me whole house is destroyed. But more importantly, my VB's all shaken up in the esky. And due to the lava, the ice is all melted too. Now I've got to wait 10 minutes until I can drink one, and it's going to be warm. What a mild inconvenience.
Attention citizens, a meteorite is on the way to strike planet Earth. This is an extinction-level event. No one will survive. Please say goodbye to your loved ones.
Oh no, the entire human race is gone. I was going to have Damo and the boys over, but now Damo's extinct. Oh, whoops, I just slipped into lava. Oh, it's hot. Oh, bummer. Now I'm extinct too. I shouldn't have worn me bloody thongs. To end the show, we're going to be doing our most rebellious segment. We're going to be testing our boss, Dave Cameron, the leader of both Triple M Modern Digital, Triple M and Fox. We're testing him on his assertion, which he tells us all the time, that he listens to our show.
He insists that he always listens to our show. And every Friday we like to test this. Last Friday we tested it and he was not listening.
Yes. So as punishment, we did some bad radio. Dave hates bad radio. He's allergic to bad content.
And we did a whole segment last week because he wasn't listening on bedding, linen and homewares. And you know what? That's not our fault.
No,
we wouldn't
Dave's
have done
fault.
it if Dave had have come in just to prove he was listening. Yeah. So how do we test this, Lewis?
Well, I think we're going to be doing a test. Dave, if you're listening, obviously you would be because you keep telling us that you're listening. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be upping the stakes. Now, the company sent out a employee-wide email yesterday saying that due to floods and weather, if you have to leave work early, you can do so. So, Dave, we're going to test you in the next few seconds on whether or not you are listening. And if we find you to be a non-listener, we're going to leave the studio early. Our show is supposed to end in about 20 minutes, but we will finish it as soon as the timer ends. We've timed how long it takes for you to go from your office to the studio, and that timer begins now. Initiate countdown to Dave. 30 seconds. All right, Dave, if you were listening, you would have left your office right now.
I'm assuming he's running up to be like, boys, you are absolutely not finishing early today.
20 seconds, Dave. Are we going to have an early finish or
I'm
not?
looking at the corridor. Mate, I'm going to start packing my bags. I don't think Dave's coming.
Mike, how do you feel?
Is that him?
I have no idea what
By the way, you have no permission. You must stay in because you have to finish the show. So, we've done it! We get an early finish. Dave Cameron is not listening. And with that, I am leaving the studio. Luke, give that note to Mike.
Yep, sorry.
See you later, everyone. I'm out of
cool.
here.
Adios, Mike. Hang on, I've just got to pack my bag. Cool. You going to leave? Have you got all your things, Lewis?
I've got everything. How do you feel, Mike? You're going to stay, aren't you?
Are you actually leaving?
Yeah, we're going to head off, man, too. We're busy people, got things to do. All right.
Have a good weekend.
This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just going to leave. I'm not even going to end the segment.
Give me a note. Lewis said
Pardon?
something about giving me a note. Am I saving this segment?
Yeah, I'll give you a note.
All right, Luke is walking around the desk. I'm not sure what's going on.
We're actually leaving.
Yeah, we're actually leaving. I'm just over Mike's side of the desk now. Go to a song, Mike, and you just finish the show by yourself.
It's actually an ad here, so do you want me to start the ad?
I don't care, man. I'm leaving. Do what you want.
Okay, we'll be right back after this. It's Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital, except it's not Luke and Lewis at the moment. It's Radio Mike. If you didn't catch what happened before, the boys actually walked out of the studio on me because their boss Dave wasn't listening to the show in their favourite segment, Is Dave Listening? I'm stuck here by myself. I thought I'd just sign off to you guys to let you know that Luke and Lewis actually did leave the studio. I'm paneling out the rest of the show now, but before we go to the weekend, Luke and Lewis actually left me a note in the studio that they've asked me to read out. I haven't read this yet. Luke just put his laptop next to me, facing away from me, and told me that I'm only allowed to read it once I'm back on air. So let's have a look at that now. All right. So this is a press statement from Luke and Lewis that I'm supposed to read out. Here we go. Hi guys, this is Radio Mike, the button pusher of Luke and Lewis for lunch. I'm broadcasting to you all with an official statement on behalf of the team at Luke and Lewis for lunch. Luke and Lewis have asked me to read this message regarding their current absence in the studio. In the last segment, Luke and Lewis conducted a test to see if their boss Dave Cameron was listening to the show. If Dave was not listening, Luke and Lewis threatened to end the show early and officially cancel this week's Fistpump Fridays. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave was not listening. And then it says, dramatic pause, maybe a sound effect. Up to you. I'm going to skip that. It is with deep regret that I inform you that this week Fistpump Fridays is officially cancelled due to Dave not tuning into the show despite insisting that he's always listening. And therefore, it is only fair that the show ends early to punish Dave for his lies and deceit. If you are unsatisfied with the premature end to the show, please forward all complaints to Dave Cameron and not to Luke or Lewis, and definitely not to Lunch, or any entities associated with Luke and Lewis for Lunch or Triple M Modern Digital. This is Dave's fault and he knows it. Well, he would know it if he was listening. This is Radio Mike, not fist pumping and signing off for Luke and Lewis for lunch. P.S. I personally think that the improv segment was very funny and overall terrific. I shall never doubt Luke and Lewis's show planning methods ever again, and I do... I'm not going to read the last bit because it's really rude. Okay, guys, that's a wrap for this week on Luke and Lewis for lunch, and what the heck, I'm going to play the Fistpump Fridays bed anyway, because I love it, and I'm in the studio by myself. Luke and Lewis will be back next week and all the way to December 22nd, so tune in next week. We'll catch you then.